We are live, everybody. Hello.
Welcome to All Things Mets Talk. I'm Brenda.
I'm Reina.
And we're glad to have you tonight to talk about the Mets.
Before we start, let's go to
3-2 Nimmo. Deep to right center. Still going. It's over. Oh, what a story. Brandon Nimmo, the hero after getting injured yesterday. Off the bench and wins it with a walk-off shot.
Are you kidding me?
Can't make it up.
It's better to tame the lion.
Oh, amazing.
So we
Hello,
wanted to start with that
everybody.
because that was so great.
Hi. We wanted to start like on a really super positive note.
And maybe
right?
we'll show that again for anybody who missed it.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, look, Jessica's here. Welcome. We're so glad you made it, Jessica.
Yeah, hey Jessica.
I know. You know what? I couldn't download Howie Rose's radio call. I was really upset about that. I saw it on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it now, and I don't know. The rights wouldn't let me do it. The radio god
if you
said
see the
no.
highlights, he's on the highlights.
That was so much better. Yeah. So actually, since we started with, that home run, which was game winning by Nimmo, I'm curious who actually watched it on ESPN, or they actually, maybe you were watching it but who listened to it, I should say, on ESPN, and or they listened to it on the radio, watched it on ESPN, turned the volume off because
Come on.
I'm serious. So many people were.
Well, Emily apparently did it.
See, because it's so much better.
Oh, yeah.
My issue with that is the delay.
Yeah.
Like there is a little bit of delay and I can't deal with that. Like just, my ADHD.
But then you can manage, you're like, okay, it's coming. They're talking about it. They still prefer listening to Howie.
Yeah. So, but it was good to hear the ESPN announcers.
Yeah, they're horrible. Ron says they're horrible.
Yeah, but it was good to hear them have to go, oh my God, how could this happen? We had Zuna waiting to be interviewed.
Yeah, right. Jessica said I was watching on ESPN, but I had the horrible announcers on ESPN too.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah,
I cannot stand David Cohn. I don't care that he pitched for the Mets. I don't like him.
You can't come. It's nothing like Gary, Keith, and Ron.
And also Howie Rose. If you're going to put the radio on, Howie Rose just reminds me of 1986.
Hi, Dan. Hope you can stay with us.
Oh, no. You have a bad connection. What's that about? Come on.
Says it's called eating crow.
Yes.
Yes.
That's right.
Yep.
I loved it because they deserve that. Those announcers.
Oh my God.
I mean, it was a love fest for the Braves. It really was. It was like, come on. I know they've performed well over the years. They beat up on the Mets, but you don't have to rub it in.
Yeah. Or it's so beautiful. They're just so flashy about what they say.
It's just annoying, especially as a Met fan, and
I
find the Brave fans so annoying with their chop too.
Oh yeah. Jessica says, I can't say what I really want to say about the ESPN announcers because I want to keep this podcast PG.
Thank you. I don't know if any kids are watching, but hey, you might want to vent and just say it.
we keep it PG, but when it comes to the Braves,
yeah, when it comes to the
Braves,
hard.
It's really hard.
Yeah. So we put something out there in the chat, and I hope you guys were able to see it. Did you put it out there already? So
maybe I put it too early. Maybe I'm gonna put it here.
So we're gonna put it out there again. So it's all about what we think the Mets need to do to improve, because we know these like one-off games, that's what I want to call them, like these like, oh, they make you feel so good, but
Hey, Kike.
but they don't play consistently well. So what do they have to do to be a contender, to win enough games to make it to the wild card?
Because, Before, let me just acknowledge a few people here. Kike just joined, and Greg said,
Hi, Kiki.
Greg said, how ironic that Nimmo did an in-game interview before his heroics. Yes, and talking about his mom
and about
so
the wind-up Wilma pitch that his mom would give him.
Oh wait, this thing.
I love that.
Wait, this thing broke the. I think I have to. I put the potential scenarios.
Oh, you put it there?
Where else am I gonna put it?
In the chat, but you don't have to highlight it. Maybe just in the chat. Everybody can see it in the chat.
I did, but I broke it.
All right, let's just talk about it then.
Here, I can put one, and I'm going to put one at a time.
Okay, one at a time. Here's potential scenarios, because we had so many different scenarios for the Mets to improve.
Okay, here's one.
Here's one scenario, potentially. Let's see. I don't even remember what it was. Okay. Oh, I think okay, so let's see.
You want to read it?
So here's a trade for a pitcher, potentially, Katucci, or for pitcher Anderson as a replacement for Catano or a backup for Senga, because the fact is we don't know what's going on with Senga. I always get worried.
Quintana has to go.
Well, look, I always get worried about the Mets giving injury reports because I never believe that they're upfront about it. And I just think, like, it's so nebulous. Like, what does it mean if you have mechanical issues and you're not ready? So
the first scenario is get a couple of pitchers, trade in, and kick Quintana out, right?
Potentially,
Okay, let's just want to go to the second one, or you?
No, I want people to respond to
I know, but they have to see all of them, no?
I don't know if we should have response for one at a time or all of them.
No, because they have to choose one.
They don't have to choose
one.
All
right.
It could be all the scenarios.
This is all Brenda's, like.
It's my idea to have, like, I'm just thinking the Mets have to make some moves to increase their chances of making the playoffs. Yeah,
Jessica said that we should give Peterson and McGill a chance, and I agree. I mean,
and you know what?
Even before, just
the fact that they put Hauser in the bullpen shows.
Oh my God, he's back.
Well, no,
yes, he's back.
Okay, wait, let me
back in their rotation.
It could be just temporarily because they have 4 games coming up in a row. So I'm not I'm not going to worry about that. But the fact that they made that change is a good thing because it shows that the Mets are willing to shake things up.
They definitely are.
They're making moves. I mean, even if he's pitching again, starting, what are you going to do? If nobody else is ready, what are you going to do, right?
Greg is asking, why do you think Quintana has been struggling?
So my biggest thing about Quintana, besides the one game that he pitched really well and he went 6 innings and he was
we all got
dominant,
excited about it.
is the walks and just his command. I think it's a Mets issue. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily a Quintana issue. I think the Mets in general are walking a lot about it.
Yeah, and I think when the pitchers struggle and the fact that the offense has not been really consistent.
I don't think that has to do with the Mets pitching performance.
No, but it helps the pitchers if they.
Of course, you can get some more wins and go longer if you're up in the game. Yeah. That is true. That they struggled to get runs, and then they have to take the pitchers out.
Yeah.
So that's a good point. So what do we think out there? Let's go to the next one.
All right,
so
we're ready for the next
we're
one.
next for it. So I was thinking pitching. Let's see what we have for the next scenario. So
Brenda wants to fire one of the Mets batting coaches.
well, maybe I do.
I mean,
so what do you think? Why? Okay, I'm going to throw this out there.
Throw it.
Why do the Mets have 2 hitting coaches?
Batting
have,
coaches?
Yeah, batting, hitting, it doesn't matter. They have 2. Why?
But you get
Why?
one good one
They have Barnes,
instead of 2 bad ones.
and they have Chavez. Why? Like Chavez was the bench coach. He came back and is now the hitting coach along with Barnes. Like he didn't replace him.
We have Jessica saying that Barnes needs to go. The Mets were great until he became the hitting coach.
I agree. And Chavez was the
And,
hitting coach 2 years ago.
Emily agrees.
Yeah. So I think too. By the way, did you hear this story that Alonso cried when Chili Davis was fired as hitting coach of the Mets?
No,
he
I haven't heard
cried
that.
because he felt he was responsible. So I'm like worried. Oh my God, is he going to cry again? If,
He's
like,
such an emotional polar bear.
We should bring up that one now.
Our last crying Met was what, Wilma Flores?
Oh
When he
yeah,
thought
but
he
that
getting
was okay.
traded.
He could cry.
No.
No, I'm saying Flores, like he should cry.
Yeah.
They're gonna trade him.
But
I
not
agree.
They're-
Pete? No, I don't know. Let's bring up the Pete scenario.
So Brenda thinks there's no crying in baseball. All right, so you want to bring the next?
Only fans could cry. Okay, so the next scenario potentially is this one because we're queued up for this.
Here it is. Hold on. Copy, paste, share.
Okay, so
You want me to read it? Sign Alonso for 7 years for $240 million deal to give confidence and certainly for the future.
all right, so what do you think about that? I threw those numbers together because I figured that's what he wants because
Apparently he turned down the other one. Apparently.
yeah, it was what 100, I don't know, 68 million, like that's just not enough. So not for Boris.
Do we think he's worth 240?
Well, let's see. What is everybody saying out there?
I don't know.
What do you
Dan
guys
said,
think?
I don't know if this is pertaining Pete
Okay,
Alonso's.
that's all right.
Dan said that they need to increase runs per game at home. Yeah, I know they're really low. Season total is 4.31 runs per game. Break it down to their home games are fourth from last in runs per game at 3.41.
Yeah.
In away stadiums, they are at the top 5. Yes.
You know what?
That was actually one of my notes, Dan.
We're gonna get back to that because Greg had brought up a point to me directly about this home and away differential offensively, and we should talk about that.
Me too, because I want to talk about, like, they say it's really hard to hit homers at Citi Field.
No.
Although not for all the teams.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, so
We'll
let me
get
see.
into that.
Jessica says 7 years at 160 million is all I give him. I'm a huge Pete fan, but his batting average is too low to give him more. I agree.
So I want to bring up something that I think is really important.
One more comment from Emily. I don't think he'll sign an extension with Boris as an agent.
Okay, so I want to make this comment because I'm not sure what's happening this year.
Kike, you there? Any insights?
But there is a lot of stars really sucking this year and not living up to their potential right now. Of course, it's early, right? It's May. It's mid-May.
Yeah.
But we have guys like Carroll who won the Rookie of the Year. He's batting like 202. You have Machado. He's batting like, I don't know, somewhere like 210.
Nothing.
Goldschmidt. We're having players that are batting poorly on all across the board, all different teams. So is there something out there like causing that. I don't know, because maybe we should compare.
It's because they're human. They're human.
Well,
when we
talk about Alonso and the contract, it's like, who's going to replace him?
Yeah.
Right? Like, who's out there to replace him? Maybe there's not a guy who could replace him.
Let's see this comment from Anthony Rich. Welcome, Anthony. He says he likes Pete, but too few of his hits and homers happen in the ninth, which is when we really need him to hit.
Well, he started hitting better. Yeah. Let's see if he can be consistent.
Rumor went out about
there are a couple hits here and there. He had 2 hits in one night, 2 hits the other night. Of course, nobody hit against Fried, so let's just discard that game.
Yeah,
but he's maybe he'll start hitting better. He's a streaky guy, so. I think we have to.
Is it too late though? I think.
But really, let's think about this. Who is going to replace him? I mean, we're not getting Freddie. We're not getting Freddie Freeman.
Vientos?
Okay, because he's the best.
Vientos,
I think
your boy
Vientos is not at that level to play first base. I mean,
but he's got the hunger.
I like Vientos, but that's the next question. Well, who else? Let's get some more comments.
Ron says the owners should be walking up to the long-term deals, diminishing return on investment.
So you know what? We have these long-term deals now with a couple players. We have Lindor. He's a perfect example. And the Met fans go crazy when he doesn't perform, because we're like, oh my God, we're locked into this guy and he's not doing well and he's just getting older. And we have other players like that as well. So I totally think we need to think about somebody who's turning 30 years old and playing first base, which is kind of one-dimensional. Let's really consider that.
Yeah, Jessica said you replace the bat at a different position.
SoDo. Okay, I'm all for SoDo. Let's have him, but let's keep Alonso too. And who goes when we get SoDo? That's a whole nother question.
Would SoDo come to the Mets?
Why not? He likes New York, right? But he doesn't want to stay with the Yankees.
I don't know. He's kind of having too much fun there.
I don't know. Let's see what happens with that.
Any other? I mean, I don't know. You want me to go to the next scenario?
Yeah. Does anybody else comment on Alonso?
Okay, here Emily said, I also think Alonso is just starting to get hot. Let's see what happens over the next month or two.
So it is May, and you know my saying, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
No, well,
that's what I always say. Like, it's 162 games.
No, but we have to make decisions before.
So, okay, I want to bring this up. Let's look at last year. Okay. Alonso did not bat well. I think his average was 212. So, but he had all those home runs, right? And he had that power. He could have had more RBIs, granted, but let's just take out June. If you take June out, and I know that's like a stupid thing. He got hurt
too, remember?
Right. He got hit. The Braves did it, right? So if you take June out, he had a pretty good year last year. So let's like consider the bigger picture there. And I think he's going to make it right. And I think he's going to be okay. But that doesn't mean the Mets are going to sign him to this big deal.
But here's the thing. Do you think that he would accept if it's not what he wants? Like, he's like, all right, I'll take less.
Well, it depends on what it is, right? He already rejected a certain amount.
That's a rumor.
So
I don't think that's real.
I don't know. I think there was probably something offered. I would hope the Mets offered him something, but I'm not sure. So we were talking about Vientos. So
here's the next scenario.
Next scenario, which we're going to bring up here potentially. Okay. So
I would say yes.
Okay. And then, that just raises a lot of questions, though. If you bring Wendell down, who's versatile,
here's the scenario for Instagrammers joining. Sorry. I've been
yeah. Okay.
not mentioning, but the one that we're talking about right now is bring Vientos and get rid of Wendell. I'm sure
Yeah,
you guys agree with that.
But like Wendell, although I don't like him and I don't think he's contributing, he at least is versatile. Like, and he supposedly can play the field, even though he made all those errors in that one game. So Vientos, he's batting something like 298 in the minors. He's got, I forget how many home runs, maybe
But
7.
he's not as versatile as.
Well, the problem is natural position is shortstop. Of course, he'll never be a shortstop with Lindor being healthy. So they try to make him like, he could play third too, but then you have Beatty. And then, it's a question about where you're going to put him.
Okay, Jessica says if you get rid of Wendell and the Mets don't have a backup second base or shortstop, okay, so they can replace him with Vientos. So it's because he's a backup for those two important positions.
Yeah, exactly. So he fits into that kind of like role where, he has that versatility and Vientos doesn't. But Vientos comes up and he's batting .429. He's hit, it's a home run. Like, it just kills me that they send him down and then he's producing and the Mets are getting no hit by Fried or there's.
Is anything monitoring his defense? Is he screwing up? Because if he's playing okay,
I
know what I
just
mean?
don't
Like, because
think
he's hitting. It's like, is he dropping the ball? Because that's the reason why they're not bringing it, because of his defense. But that's what they need to monitor. Like, how is he doing?
I don't know. I just wonder if there's more to it.
Could
like
be.
I always wonder, is there some kind of like attitude problem or what else is going on here? That
Jessica says they need to go with one less pitcher for Vientos.
Yeah, so I could like look at the
okay with
list and get rid of maybe Dykeman or somebody. I don't know. I could think of Quintana could go somewhere.
Somewhere in the space.
I'm like not happy with him. So
Mets 21-28 just joined. He said Fire Barnes. He has no understanding of player discipline.
So we talked about that earlier. You might have missed it that he was on the list of like hit the road, Jack, because why do you have 2 hitting coaches? I don't understand, especially when they're not hitting. And you know what? This is the thing that bothers me. What bothers me is it's not just that they're not hitting when runners are in scoring position. They're not doing the little thing, the small ball, like get on base, steal, 9 stolen bases. That's it. They're not stealing. They're not executing, to get manufacture runs. It's just, doesn't a batting coach kind of just also tell you about the fundamentals too? Like, like a little league coach would tell you this is what you need to do to score
other
runs.
things you can do besides trying to hit a home run.
And that's a whole nother ball game. So,
Jessica said they're not taking pitches and letting the starting pitchers go deep into games. With low.
Jessica, don't get me started.
No, don't get her started, please.
I mean, seriously, I go crazy when they swing at the first pitch when a pitcher is struggling. The guy comes in, relief pitcher, opposing relief pitcher. He walks the first batter. The next guy up, whomever it may be on the Mets, swings at the first pitch and makes an out. Like, hello, can you take a pitch? I mean, seriously, don't you think like they should be taking, like somebody should say to them, take a pitch. The guy's wild. He just threw 4 balls
take
and
a
walked
look and see what he's got.
Exactly. They do a lot of helping these pitchers out.
I know, the little leaguers for sure.
So
we have one more.
All right, here we go. Because we're trying to figure out where Vientos might be able to play. So maybe he could play second. Let's see.
Jessica wants to. I'm sorry. Brenda wants to trade McNeil Anyone. Emily.
What? No, these aren't like my
No, I know.
specific
I know, I'm
ideas,
teasing, I'm
but
teasing.
maybe I kind of like thought about them.
But I think Emily's gonna join on this.
This-
Trade McNeil for anyone. Bring Acuna up. Let
Well,
us
I
your
don't know
thoughts.
about Acuna. I just threw that out because he's not doing so great in the minors, and he does need work, and he's young. So
Yeah,
I don't
know
think.
they're gonna.
I just threw that out there because I wanted to get input from you guys. So anybody
or anybody else that we can trade McNeil for.
Bag of something.
Emily. Yee, woof. She said yes, but he isn't worth
Maybe a
anything.
6-pack. So, so I think what happened with McNeil, honestly, and like, let me know what you think,
Mhm.
is the shift, right? That all changed, that rule change. He was able to kind of craft up these really good hits when the shift was on. Once the shift was gone, he just been terrible. Besides trying to hit home
Emily
runs,
said
too.
Acuna isn't hitting well, and
I know
I don't know.
that.
You guys want to hear what Ron is saying?
Yeah, let's see.
He said we should trade him for a 72 Chevy Nova. Wow.
You know what?
Wait.
You know what? The thing is about
Trade
McNeil, let me
and
see.
send the bad luck City Connect uniforms with him.
Yeah, well, the thing about City Connect, I guess, I don't know if I have the statistics right, but when I last saw the statistics, it was like 0-4.
Uh-huh.
But the thing was that they were like pretty bad with their regular uniforms too. So, or their traditional.
Know. You can't blame it on the City Connect for sure.
So, but you know, the fact
Let's count
that
how many losses they have with their regular uniforms.
I know it's like 15 with the regular. But the thing is that the 0, they haven't won at all with the City Connect. Like, is that true?
And I heard they had to wear them. No, but they also had to wear them more than they wanted because there were other uniforms that weren't ready. So there's been like a lot of drama with the uniforms.
That's terrible. Although I like the hats. Why don't we just put the hats on?
All right. So wait, before we go.
We go. We're not going anywhere.
It's 6:57.
That's
we have
okay.
time.
We have to talk about the
We have
Phillies
time.
series.
But wait, I
What?
just want to say that I'm really excited for Christian Scott. I really like him.
Yeah,
So-
he's all that.
He's
isn't
giving me
he?
hope. I love his swagger and how he goes about on the mound. So
Yeah, and I think I don't know if it was Ronnie or one of the announcers said he's got that body built like a star pitcher. Like, I don't know. He just has the.
Dan said, wait.
Oh, here. This
Dan
is
said the Rangers.
Okay. All right, guys. I'm switching over to the Rangers here. I don't know if they may be starting soon, but
7:10.
I had plans on wearing this hat too.
How did I get you to switch?
You did. You got me to switch. So, okay. Very unusual. Mets, Rangers, not Mets, Islanders. So, I just, excuse me if you're an Islander fan. No, I hope I didn't offend you, but the Rangers do play tonight. But I want to say, too, that if you're just a New York sports fan, it is amazing time right now that the Knicks and the Rangers both playing at Madison Square Garden are phenomenal. The Knicks suffered a terrible loss, but the Rangers play tonight. They could move on if they win. So I'm going to keep this hat on. Yes, I'm going to watch the Rangers. That's the dilemma. Like Mets, Rangers, what do you do? It's going to be playoffs. Sorry. I'll record the Mets.
Not to have that dilemma. I don't watch hockey.
I'll record the Mets and watch them later. But let's just spend a little time because I think it's important.
Jessica Sack, because the Rangers beat her Capitals.
Oh, okay. You're a Capital fan?
No, we're not judging Jessica.
No.
As long as
It's
you're not
okay.
a
Actually,
Braves.
Capital fans are pretty nice. They're not like Flyers because Philadelphia fans are by far the worst fans.
Yes. So
They
we're
are
talking
the-
about the Phillies, the series coming
Yeah,
up.
let's talk about the Phillies.
You want to
coming
put
up.
on your Mets hat again or not?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna keep the Rangers on for now. But
right.
I don't know if I'll be able to see this, but let's talk about who the Mets are up against tonight. Let's see who's pitching for the Mets tonight. I have to go look.
Manaya?
Manaya's going tonight, and then he's going against he's not going against. Who's he going against?
I don't know.
Okay,
But
let me
overall,
see. Go ahead.
well, I don't know. The Phillies are doing well, so I'm hoping that we can.
Against crappy teams.
Yes.
Go on.
So
yeah,
we've been doing terrible against crappy teams and doing a little better with like better teams. So I'm hoping we sweep the Phillies.
First of all, I'm going to tell you right now, it's 4-game series. Okay, really strange setup. 2 at home, 2 away, all consecutive. And tomorrow they play a day game. The Mets, I'm telling you, there's a game that they don't have a chance. I know that's horrible.
Horrible. Okay,
No,
so we
it's
have a
true.
comment here from Daron.
Go ahead.
Hi, Daron.
Oh, Daron, hi.
He said he would trade McNeil, but I don't think Acuna. I agree. Acuna
Yeah, he's
might
not
not be
ready.
ready yet. So
But if we trade McNeil, who do we get?
Jessica said Christopher Sanchez is pitching for Philly tonight. Okay,
Oh,
thank you,
Yeah,
Jessica.
I have it somewhere.
Manaya.
And he's not that great.
Emily thinks Manaya is another problem. He's definitely probably heading for the bullpen, maybe.
You know what? I don't know. I have mixed thoughts about Manaya because he's had some good games, and I think he's okay. I mean, Sanchez, who they're playing against, is not great. So
Greg is saying Phillies at Mets tonight. Christopher Sanchez, Nimmo. He's giving us the lineup. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Thank
I
you,
love
Greg.
it. Oh, let me just see. Okay, let's hope that Alonzo's out of this funk and continues.
Or Marte. Marte's not hitting well. What do you guys
Marte's
think?
in a slump, but he's kind of streaky. We have to remember that, when he got off to that great start, I was thinking, I'm like
Is he
loving
different
it.
on
But
the lineup? Is he what? Is he
in the
second
line-
on the lineup? Why is
Yeah, some people, Stewart was batting first the other day. When Nimmo wasn't starting because of his injury. I think it was yesterday. I was like, hey, that's okay. Went 2 for 3. He walked. He had a good game.
Hi, Mike. Mike Lips. He's asking if we think Nimmo will be a Met-lifer.
I do.
Yeah. I think he is.
Some people are like calling for him to be a captain, but I'm not going there. Like they're like, yeah, he should be the captain. He's still not batting high, but like I mentioned,
I think he's making a big name for himself in the Mets organization.
And he's got that like Wyoming clean cut kid. He's kind of like a David Wright in a way, right?
Yeah.
Like got that like
I agree.
Oh,
maybe number 9.
Yeah, I'm a good boy. I'm not a bad boy. Follow me. He's got a big contract.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go with captain, but I would go with
definitely a Met-lifer.
Hopefully, yeah. Maybe I'll get his jersey because that's like if I think that a player is going to be on the Mets for a long time, I will get their jersey.
Yeah.
So what else we got out there? Because I want to talk about.
Darren is saying that Manaya Hauser walked too many batters, and they put Hauser to pitch against the Phillies. I don't know. Yes, that's.
Yeah. So
I don't know if I'm gonna watch that game.
So we have that 1-2 punch against us, right? We have the walk, the stolen base, and the RBI because it happens like every game. The opposition finds a way to score because of walks and stolen bases.
Yeah,
and I hate it.
They got us.
Drives me freaking nuts.
Emily is my girl. She got Alvarez jersey for her birthday. For
Oh.
that reason. Oh, happy birthday, Emily.
Yeah, and you know what? We didn't bring up the because I think we're on a roll here. Congrats, because I think Alvarez is a big reason for the Mets having that differential, the home away differential, because the Mets score a lot more runs on the road than they do at home. And actually, one of their top batters has been Alvarez at home, and now he's out. That and the opposition.
That's the factor, yeah.
That and the opposition. I think if you look at who they played at home compared to road, that's a factor too.
You're welcome, Emily.
I want to see you wear it next week.
Yes.
Yes.
Is it the white? I want to see it too.
Yeah. So next week, Emily is going to be on with me because
I'm going to be away. I'm going to go see my dad in Florida.
Yeah.
I might join.
Andreina is away, but Emily's going to join. By the way, these funky schedules.
Oh, I thought you were going to say another word.
No, funky, like play that funky music. What? Remember when that came out? I was like, oh my God, what are they saying? But
it's so racist.
So the thing about next week, it's a 6:10 start next Monday.
Weird.
Like, what the heck? So we're gonna be on at 5:30. So you know what?
But Monday, right?
Yeah, next Monday. Cut out of work early. So
we're keeping the Monday day. So rain or shine, we're making Monday our day.
Except for we have Memorial Day, so we're gonna have to figure out what to do.
Well, they're gonna be exceptions.
Holidays on Monday.
But we gotta maintain that.
Yeah.
schedule.
So, but I just want to say the Mets are gonna have some issues against the Phillies, unless they get to their bullpen.
Bring your Xanax, and
Because
we'll have our therapy session every week.
But you know what? Let's hope that last night game carries over to the series, because that was a big win, and you know they're all high on, you know, this walk-off home run, and let's hope that they produce.
Let's keep it going.
Yeah. So any other comments out there? Oh, by the way, Jessica, I want to call out Jessica. Jessica posted on one of the social media comments, if she's still out there.
On X?
Yeah, on X, but I say Twitter. She posted that the Mets would be no hit by Fried, and they were by him. You know. So you get a t-shirt. Jessica, I'm gonna send you a t-shirt. So I'm gonna write to you. You're gonna get a t-shirt.
Bye, Dan.
Congrats. And anybody else, stay
joining.
tuned on our channel, because we have prizes and we're gonna do giveaways. So
one more comment from there on. What's funny is that the opposition team seems to score more runs than City Field than the Mets do. Yeah,
I know.
We gotta work on that.
We have to fix that.
Yes, Jessica, you go, girl.
Yay! She's psychic. She's psychic.
More predictions, Jessica.
Did Margie come on?
No, Margie.
Oh my gosh, she must have fell asleep.
You're in trouble, Margie.
Maybe she's watching the Rangers.
Maybe.
Or she's preparing for it.
Yeah, she said she hated it. She was right.
I know. Don't you hate? That's like, I hope I'm wrong against this week against the Phillies. I hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
That would really stink. So, and by the way, it was Emily's birthday yesterday. Woo!
Yes.
And happy Mother's Day to anybody who's a mama out there.
All the mothers there.
The Met Mamas.
The Met Mamas. We need more Met Mamas.
Yeah.
And the Papas are good too. We love the Papas. The Mamas and Papas. Thank you, everybody, for joining
us. See you next week. Have a good week. Let's go, Mets.
Let's go, Mets.